Put that in the car.
Yeah, couldn't agree more.
Did you consider having a bat? Daddy didn't have that trait.
You must have got that from Mummy's side. Yes, plumbers, we're on. All thanks to our great mates at Mazda. Check out the new BT-50 range today at mazda.com.au. Right
On you, Sylvie.
On you, Sylvie. Fair income. Can you imagine how it would go, right? Hey, manager, look, I've got this new sort of gig at Mazda. They want me to jump in a bus with 5 middle-aged white blokes and dance to the Vengabus. Paul Connors is saying, don't do that, mate.
Bad for brand. Red flag. No. But Sylvie's done it, so.
And he got a couple off.
Yeah.
It's gone viral, so we might have to call him later. On you, Sylvie. That was the most cringeworthy thing I've ever seen, but I love it. I can't stop watching it.
Yeah, it's very good. It's good marketing. We'll get to that in a bit, though.
Okay. You're good too, by the way, mate. Great plums.
Thanks,
from you.
mate.
I was in the fruit shop today buying a banana because I was a little bit low on potassium.
Were you?
And yes, I was, because
yes.
I was a bit tired.
Okay.
And then I just saw these 2 huge plums glistening in the box. And I was like, they are Charlie Combin's plums. Because that was a very courageous effort. And I know sometimes I put a bit of shit on you and I say you take a lot of intercept marks against fresh air, but you played with one wing and you looked fucking sore. And I'm not sure many players could have done that. So well done.
Thanks, mate. I felt a lot better on Thursday. I got through training and felt really good. Did a lot of body work with Big Souv, got ticked off, and then started to get a little bit more sore Friday afternoon. I think I might have done a bit much of training. I'm not entirely sure, but went into the game a bit more sore than I anticipated. And after a bit of a heavy collision early, I couldn't really lift my arm too much. So I'm happy I got through the game, feeling a lot better today than I did yesterday, and hopefully that just continues to snowball this week to where I can get up and play again. Take
us into the pre-game a bit. I don't want to give away confidences, but my understanding was talking to you late in the week that you're in a bit of trouble. And you're going, oh, man, I don't know if I can play like this.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to bug you on game day or the night before, but I thought, I don't think Charlie's playing. And then even morning of the game, I was getting a coffee, having a look at AFL.com and maybe even just reading about the game, and you weren't out yet. I'm like, they're late onto this. He's out.
Yeah.
He's too sore.
Yeah.
But obviously, you just decided to ride the lightning and have a go.
Well, I ticked myself to play Thursday, obviously in conjunction with coaching decision and medical staff, and I looked really good. And as I touched on, I just went downhill a little bit on Friday. But the plan was then to sleep on it, see how I woke up the next day, because as I'd seen throughout the week, each day I was massively better each day that went by. So I woke up a little bit better, and at that point, Saturday had come around, MCG, Carlton, big game. I thought we were a big sniff to win. So bit of adrenaline started to kick in. I said, yeah, I'll be sweet to go. Had some painkillers at the ground, got out and could move and touch and get around all right. And I said to Clarko pre-game, I said, this is how I'm feeling. Do you want me to play? And he said, yeah, if you're ready to go and you can get through the full game, play. So as soon as I said yes to playing, I was never going to pull out and not get through. So. And
how much of the game were you pretty much one-armed? Or just you looked really sore in the
I was
second
just
half.
sore. I was just really sore. I've obviously still got the fracture there. I was never going to do any more damage by playing on it. The only way I could do it was copying a direct hit straight to the scapula, which I've had one in the 6 years I've been a player for now. So that was really unlikely. I landed on a few times. It hurt.
Kerno gotcha.
Kerno really shit mixed me. Yeah, I got shit mixed by Kerno in the third quarter, but that was fine. Just once I said I was right to play, I had to get through.
Love it. Good man.
What do you think? What do you think of the long sleeves as well?
Love the long sleeves.
Yeah.
And I think that's right. If you're going to carry an injury like that, and you're going to get some love from the needle. It keeps it cleaner for one.
Yeah.
And tipping, you've got a bit of a guard.
Yeah, wearing a guard. So
just put the sleeves on, mate. Keep it interesting for your opponents.
I didn't want to have the guard hanging out one arm and draw attention to that either. But Carlton were fine. I think they knew I was a bit sore, but no one really went and targeted or anything. I saw a few comments and they targeted
anything all day.
That's your words, but they were good. I'd rather that than get smoked by the opposition off ball with a sore shoulder. So yeah.
I don't think they normally target the intercept defender. I mean, if you were Souv, maybe they'd have a go
I
at you. I've
think
never
so.
seen, let's go and get the intercept defender. Although maybe the game's going that way a bit.
I did say that. I said at least I'm not the forward and getting bashed in the back by my opponent the whole day. So I think I'll be fine. So it'll be the same plan this week. Hopefully incrementally improve each day, and then be a chance to play Hawthorn this weekend.
Quick one on the performance. That was your best of the year. And to have a win on the G and your fans all, I don't know, sharing Souv on the Vengabus and pictures of Pinky looking like a king and Pinky as a statue and LD starring and Bull starring and Jai Simpkin shit mixing Hewitt.
That was a big hit.
It finally came together.
Yeah, it did for 2 quarters again. Three, yeah. We started a little bit slow and picked up. The second and third quarter was some of the best footy I've been involved with in my time at the footy club, and some of the most enjoyable as well. And I've never piled on a lead like that so importantly early in a game and then try to hold on. We beat Melbourne by 60 points earlier in the year, but that was all in the last quarter really. It was neck and neck till that point. So it was an interesting position we found ourselves in. Our next step is to realise the position we're in and put the foot down. I think we all got a little bit worried, but went back into our shells a little bit. I think we only had 4 inside 50s in the last quarter. So that's the next step for us. But to be able to put ourselves in that position to start with in the second and third quarter is a real credit to how everyone played.
How was the wee man?
Yeah, he was
There's
good.
a few wee man clips getting around, actually. He was pretty reserved for the wee man.
Yeah, I think it's because of the last quarter performance we put on, which doesn't take away from the win. 6 or even 2 months ago, we would have lost that game. We did. We lost by 80 points. It's a 90, 100-point turnaround in a few weeks. So he was really proud of our efforts, proud of what we've put together over the last 8 weeks, and then proud of us to execute and win, because it is a win-loss game. Like, we've been in games the last 8 weeks, but we haven't been able to win as many as we'd like to. So proud of our efforts in that respect. Reviewed today around our last quarter what we did wrong, and we just went into our shells with that ball movement, which put us under pressure essentially. We've looked at the game. Clarko's happy with how we went. Yeah.
I like it. How good's a press conference when you win and you're being all modest and shit and you're saying wee man compared to 10 weeks ago when they had to drill you and the plumbers just said, stop being such a pussy.
That was a slip of the tongue.
I love it.
It's awesome.
We got a big show. We're going to catch up with Drapesy in a moment. He's on his bye up in Noosa.
Going to catch up with Moff as well. He's overseas. First show without Moff.
In fact, we've got a sting. We're going to play that later. And we're going to
introduce our new producer.
In a sec. Shut up. Just because you played a bit of one-arm banded footy and you had a couple of intercept one-arm possessions and got shit mixed doesn't mean you're getting the show. So shut up.
Sorry, mate.
Or I'll jab you in the face. Okay, so bit to get through. Okay, we're going to hear from Drapesy. We're going to ring Souv about that horrific ad that we quite love. Quite love? I don't think that makes sense.
No,
but
we
fell in love with it.
Yeah.
And we're thinking now for our Mazda stuff, we might have to get a bit cringe.
Do some
nude. I think you have to go viral.
I think that's a standard. That's how you get the car for life.
Yeah.
Although I've done some good productions.
Yeah, but yours is all very fancy and drones and nice and it looks very good, but it's not going viral.
No, it's not going viral. It's still picked up 30K. So we're happy with that.
Fair enough.
And they do good deals down in sales, so getting our sale Mazda. But
no,
we do need to
think
think and brainstorm some viral clips at some point. But that's in the future for us.
We will. Right, let's check in with Drapesy, please.
Yes, plumbers. Drapesy here, just checking in from Butsy's country up in Noosa. It's been very nice so far, so apologies I can't be there. Firstly, Chom, I want to say well done. Very inspiring performance from you, mate. Don't know how you did that, but geez, it got me fizzed up. Butsy, there's a lot to learn from that. I don't want to hear any excuses for your return game. Have a good show, boys. Miss you, and I'll be back next week with a big guest, a very sexy guest. So looking forward to it. Cheers, boys.
Oh, doesn't he sound fresh?
Yeah, he does. He sounds very, very fresh.
He's been having a bit of the boom boom.
Been up in Frank's gym up in Noosa.
Yes, he has. Got a couple of mates up there.
Did you let him stay in your mansion up there?
I don't mansion, mate. Shut up, idiot. He's staying on the Noosa River. I'm not in the mood for stirring. I'm quite tired.
Oh, you're tired?
Tired.
Why are you tired?
I'm tired. Should we get into why I'm tired? Because there's a lot on this rundown.
Interesting. You're very sharp and pointy tonight, actually.
I am. No, this is why. And you're 23.
Yeah.
Link's filling in for Moff for the first, next 10 weeks. Link's doing really well. He's 23. How old are you, Benny?
26.
26. He's a bit older.
You're 26?
26.
Holy fuck, Ben's 26.
How old do you think I was?
22?
Oh, Is that
Anyway, he's got a baby
compliment?
face.
It's a compliment. Yeah, absolutely complimentary. I thought Link was like 25 as well, actually. So I think my age meter's a bit off. Yeah.
You're all young, and all you have to do is worry about yourselves, okay? And the biggest stress in your life is probably what hour of the day to have a wank in at the moment, okay? But when you're 42 and you've got a couple of tin lids, I'll tell you why I'm fucking tired.
You always
right?
find time for that,
So
mate.
yesterday we had Bella's first birthday. It was a big day, and Ted's sort of eating cake all day with his cousins and played his footy and run around and eat lollies and balloons and all that shit. And he was that tired that at about 6:30 he's just fallen asleep on the couch. And we've cooked up his dinner and he couldn't go. Like he was gone. He's cooked.
God.
So Mel said, just take him to bed. So I've put him into bed, and I'm thinking, I went back to watch a bit of TV, and I'm thinking, shit, he's going to get hungry. Like, I remember being 4. That kid
you
is
would.
going to wake up hungry.
Wasn't that long ago? Only,
No.
40 years,
That's
45.
Anywho, so about 3 a.m. I get this tap. I go, fuck what, mate? Because I was sleeping with him, just scared of the dark at the moment.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, my dad, I'm hungry. I said, mate, 3 a.m., just roll over. And he goes, no, my tummy's empty. I said, mate, you don't eat your dinner. This is what happens. You know, you've eaten cake and shit all day. Nah, just go back to bed.
Good parenting.
I said, you don't get that. He's a media star and you can't be getting him up at 3 a.m. on pod and news breaking day. Go back to bed. And he tried, and then I just felt him shuffling again. He goes, I'm just so hungry. And then he goes, Daddy, if you want me to be a league footballer, I need nutrition.
Yeah, he said that. You would
And I
have said
said, yeah, you do. You need nutrition. And I thought this could be the difference in him being a 43-stater gamer and playing.
Yeah.
So I got this guilt
Or play the
and
one
went down
AFL
and made
game.
him a milkshake and a toasted cheese sandwich at 3 a.m. He had a full belly and slept, and I'm fucked because of it. So that is why I'm tired.
that.
It
That
I
explains
hit the
why you're
wall
tired.
at 2 o'clock.
So you're becoming a nutritionist overnight, and you think feeding your kid toasted cheese sanger at
And a
4 is
milkshake.
going to get him to the AFL.
Well, I don't know. It's a bit warped, isn't it?
Yeah.
But for some reason, I just got the guilt. I had some sort of mild anxiety attack. That these are the 1%ers that you've got to hit home.
If only your dad had given you a milkshake
mate,
and a cheese sanger,
well,
at
then I
40,
might have got there.
You might have got there.
That's fucking quite right.
I think it's your dad's fault.
So anyway, that's why I'm tired, and that's why I was in the fruit shop today getting a banana and looking at your big plums. But it hasn't really done the trick. But anyway, we're here, and that's sometimes you just got to play hurt, like I am now. You got to pod tired.
yeah, you do. Did you spend any other time with Ted over the weekend?
Yes, we did. I had a bit of Cats radio on Friday night, which was quite a dominant call.
What do you think
Although
of the white t-shirts?
I loved it. I was a bit sceptical going in, thinking it was a little bit like Souv's ad, going to be a touch naff.
Yeah.
But and Benny, we can get you in on this because I know you are
Big
a Cats
Cats
nuffy.
nuffy.
I thought it was really good.
Loved it.
And that was the best
course he
Cats
did.
crowd
Yep.
I've ever seen. And they just served up pork for the crowd, but it wasn't the crowd's fault.
It was disappointing. Like the Cats win, and that's the best thing that's happened in the AFL for the past few years. But they lose, and now everyone's bashing us about it. I thought it was fantastic. Like I was.
It was
fizzed up.
amazing. It looked really good.
Spoken like a true cat snuff. I was okay
Did you
with
see
it.
the shots of it? It
yeah,
looked
I saw
really
it, but
good.
I think because the Cats have such navy kits, it contrasts so much. So Ben and I spoke about this off air, but they should have told everyone to come in white, complete white t-shirts, and then left towels or something on the seats to wave around rather than wear, because some people were wearing the t-shirts, some were waving. And
No, I reckon there was 2. A lot of people had 2, like
Yeah.
wearing and waving.
Well, I only had one. I was wearing because
Yeah.
Oh, so you had nothing to wave.
No, I was waving my scarf still.
yeah, dark blue scarf.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite it.
All right, so next time I think you need a white t-shirt and a white scarf.
I reckon
it looked good.
Come in
Yeah.
white, come in your white, and then
Pardon?
wave your
This is
towel.
Moff.
Please bring your white clothes and wave your towel.
I've got a story about coming in the white
Go on
at
then.
a 16-year-old party. No, I don't.
Can you tell it?
Oh, it's borderline.
No, I reckon
It's
just
borderline
just
even
shoot
for
it.
the Patreon. No, I don't know if we can go there,
dumb it
Ben.
down a little bit.
Even for
Can
us.
you just give us the PG? Use
I don't
descriptive
think
language.
there's a PG. It's so rank that I just don't think there's any way we can clean it up.
Is it a live show story?
It might be a live show story. It involves a pair of linen white pants, a 16-year-old birthday,
Ah, yes.
and friction, dry friction.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, dry friction.
I think I see where you're going with this.
Yeah.
Should we talk about the live show? Because that's a brilliant segue by Benny there.
Well, it is. Well, it's coming up, isn't it? Yeah,
We've got our big guest as well.
Well, we do. He's a really big guest. He's got a
one of the
nice big
bigger
donk.
guests. He can do some special things with that donk as well, which he's going to tell us all about.
I just
at
completely
the show.
lost the fucking rundown. Nick, verify that this is you. What is this? Hang on, mate. Hang on. Just take a hold for a sec. We're back. Sorry. Yes, live show. So what are we, 2 weeks? I'm getting a bit of live show pre-anxiety.
Oh, I'm anxious as well. It's going to be a big show though, and we just touched on. We got our guest. We got our man. We really wanted this bloke.
Yeah, we did.
He's got some brilliant old football stories. He can
On field and off.
perform some serious tricks with his
Willie?
donk. Yeah. Yeah, some of which I'd like to see, and he might perform at the show.
Oh, Jesus,
if
Willie.
we're lucky.
We're getting a lot of female audience. I don't know about getting the
Yes,
tackle
we
out.
probably can't. Probably have to keep
but
the tackling.
But the girls like to hear about it.
Yeah, they do. We're going to have a big production, and Benny's working on this. We're going to
Audio visual?
Audio visual. We're working hard on audio visual.
We're going to drink beers during the show.
We're talking montages. I can't. It's midweek.
Oh, come on.
But we're talking.
enough.
We're going to have montages. We're going to have highlights packages. We're going to be able to throw to a screen with some visual on it. That's exciting. That's a full scale production.
Bit nerdy if that's the highlight. Throwing. What the fuck is this?
Hang on, this is coming from the bloke that wants to do a footy panel. Who cares about
Footy panel, yes.
Footy
Talk
panel.
a bit
What,
of
you want to
footy,
hear about me and
few
Drapes
stats.
talk about our grand final
No,
tips? No one
no.
cares,
You
mate. Talk
flogs.
about the state leagues. Oh, yeah,
Don't want to
Nick
talk about
Butler
state
played
league.
43
You know what, I've
games.
got
and
no
I
more-
think Geelong are going to win the
No
granny.
more state league
Mate,
stories.
no
I'm
one-
done.
no one
All right, I've
cares.
told them all. I know. I'm not going to fucking tell them. Although I think the Plumbers
We're
like
not
it.
talking any footy. We're going to measure
We
some
are. We're talking a
donks.
bit of footy. I just want to know who the good teams are.
Are you going to lose your
Who's going to
audience?
win the Brown? No, they won't.
Are we trying to sell tickets or like
Just
block
a
our
little
own- We're
bit.
trying to block our
15
own show.
minutes of footy. All right. Half an hour of dick. Some great old stories. Some untold yarns.
I'll give you 5
A
minutes
new
of
Ross
footy.
Lyons story.
I
I've
think
got
we-
a pre-game anxiety story that involves everything. Erect penis. Beep that out. Edging. Everything.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah. So no, it's all going to happen. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm extremely excited.
I'm getting a bit of, as I said, not PPA.
Pre-show anxiety.
Yes.
PSA.
Whereas Buddy Franklin, right at the moment, would have PPA.
That's serious
For the first time. What do we think for Buddy? I mean, what advice would we have for Buddy?
Should we fill the audience in on what Buddy's done?
We better, yeah. So he does the pod with Croft.
His own pod.
We can probably
Can we-
jam a little grab in here, Benny, at some stage if you're really up for it. But he's, I had to listen to it. It was quite amazing. So they just went from talking about baby names in the first 10 minutes because Buddy's having another baby
Yep.
to getting like, ring the bloody news bell and Buddy just calls for Michael Voss's head.
It sounds
and
like
says
they,
he's been horrible and he needs to go.
so they jump around a bit on this pod, do they?
Well, yeah,
Who
just
would do
really,
such a thing?
it sort of escalated quickly.
Yeah, I did see this.
And it's gone viral. Herald Sun, full Drapes. He's living Drapes' nightmare now.
Yeah, but Buddy's retired.
Maybe
and
Buddy's
can
not
say what
living
he
a
wants.
nightmare. Maybe
I don't
Buddy's looking
think-
for a
Do
media
you reckon
gig.
Buddy cares?
Probably not.
On the Buddy and Shane show?
It's not a bad show.
I don't think he does.
No,
But he's gone hard and it's ended up in the paper as well.
you know what? He's about to find out if he's got the stomach for it because Michael Voss is never going to talk to him again.
Yeah.
Every action has a reaction. He's going to get about 15 offers to do footy media jobs now.
Yeah,
'Cause
is
if
he?
Buddy's going to fire off like that, just bring a revolver and go boom, 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 boom.
He's the second coming to the corn.
But yeah, I don't know. How do you think he'd be feeling?
Oh, I'd be, yeah.
It's either shitting himself and he's going to ring
scares me.
Michael Voss, or he's going, well, I don't
Vossi
care.
seriously scares me, but it
Oh,
depends
yeah.
whether he's had a slip of the tongue and just he's had a Drapesy trade gate moment and hasn't thought to cut it out post production, or he doesn't care anymore. He's retired. But I'd be pooping them, absolutely pooping them. Michael Voss, big scary man.
Right, who out? But there's about probably 5 players that can do this, but does he outrank Michael Voss? Link? Like normally it's like if he's a better player. Like there's always so much respect in footy and it's like, I can't say that about him. But if you're a 250 gamer, you can hang a bit of shit on a 150 gamer. Or if you're like Corn, you can hang shit on Tommy Sheridan, like bag the fuck out of him. Like Tommy Sheridan played 80 games. Great effort.
Yeah,
He
good
called him a
player.
park footballer.
Yeah, that's
you know,
true.
so Buddy probably has Michael Voss covered. And Michael Voss is one of the best players I've seen in my time. Top 5.
I've never got the opportunity to watch Voss play, really.
Maybe Buddy can swing cock against Voss
Yeah. Well,
in a cock off. Who's bigger, Benny? You're a footy fan.
Should we call Buddy?
Well,
Have you got his number?
I chased him around his car park once.
Does he know you?
Yeah, well, yeah, he gave me a big American.
You
early
reckon?
in the year.
Yeah.
But it was more. I think it's a changing.
I
of
don't
the,
think Buddy knows you.
he
mate.
does, right? And we were laughing, saying it was only 10 or 12 years ago you were chasing me around the car park. Now we're just both looking for an earn in the media. Like he was flogging some footy. I was there just working for 10 and we're thinking, hey, who cares? No one's getting doorstop today.
Sure, that happened. Yeah.
It did.
Yeah, doubt
it did. I can get vision. It was the day Stanaway was there and we were both laughing with Buddy.
Oh, yeah,
Going,
at the
we've
clinic.
grown up together, you know? We saw you in and we saw you out. Anyway, it's a good story and he'd have a bit of PPA. Bit to get through with you, okay?
Yeah.
Before I'm getting really excited about ringing Moff, and I've just lost the fucking rundown again here. Hang on, but I'm back. I really just can't concentrate until I know how much boom boom Moff is having. So we're going
Should we get to Moff?
in a minute. But first, I saw a little story of you with your car getting towed.
Oh, yeah.
What happened there, please?
That was horrific. So this is on Thursday afternoon after I'd completed training. And I had to go get a guard made for my shoulder to wear. So it's made out of a thermoplastic and then a bit of foam put behind it.
Yes.
And I've driven into Richmond. I got there at 3:30. My appointment was 3:30 on Bridge Road. Parked on the corner of Bridge Road. Thought, how good's this? There's a park straight out the front. Walked in. I was in there for quite a while. Waited for 20 minutes and then had my appointment. Had my shoulder fitted, molded, put the thermoplastic on. He went and trimmed down all the plastic, put the foam on.
This is quite boring, yes.
And then
don't know about your fucking shoulder,
do I mid-story
Guard?
come in and tell you how shit your story
Sorry,
is?
yeah, sometimes you do.
Golden gloves. That
Golden
was
gloves.
scary.
Golden
Anyway,
gloves was bad,
I've walked out the front.
Okay,
and
good.
I've walked out the front to I was literally right at the point. I walked out the front and my car was on the back of the tow truck as
it's
I
a
walked
bad
out, which
feeling,
is
that.
horrific. Absolutely horrific.
In fact, that's a good segue. I think that's in the top 10 worst feelings in life.
it's
like
so
getting
fucked.
run out is bad.
Yeah, Diamond Dark would be up there.
Spoofing a bit early with
Yeah, when
someone
you wanna
you
put a
really
good performance
like,
on, that-
and you really should take a blue banger on the first night.
Missing goal to win game.
Bad, shitting yourself.
Yeah,
like
just in
pooping
general.
your dacks like
Yeah,
you did
Paul
against
Pierce,
Melbourne.
yeah.
Give me a couple more, Benny and Link. Really bad feelings.
Getting done by
Like
86
pooping your
points on
dacks
Good
and your
Friday.
dad watching.
Yeah.
Anything more?
Dad leaving at half time. We didn't have a touch.
Yeah, that's
bad.
good.
Yeah, that's sort of shame. But having your car, parking
Towed,
tickets
it's-
aren't great.
No, that's a shit feeling. That's just an annoying amount of money. It's because it hurts. It's good. It's good. Not how much is a parking ticket actually, Mo? Do you know?
No, well, it depends where you are.
Malvern, that'd be what? That'd be
a really
180
good
Malvern,
value
would they?
one. Like at the gym where I go in Malvern
I'm
East,
talking regular-
$40. But no, I swear, 40.
No, they're not.
Mate,
be
I've
40.
got one in my wallet. I'll
They
show
are
you.
not $40.
Look, right, I'm telling you, there is
In
one.
Malvern East?
If you, yes, 40, but a standard one in Richmond, 80.
Research, please, Ben.
Standard one in Richmond, 80.
80, you reckon?
In fact, I think I've got the
Are
parking
you
ticket.
serious?
And round here,
Does Mel pay him
in
for
a-
you?
No, I pay him. She
Mate, a
hates it.
standard parking ticket.
Here we go.
Yeah, give us a look.
Read that. Fuckwit.
So we got the State of Victoria, Holmes Glen TAFE. Mate, this isn't like a council one though. It's a $40
No, I just
penalty.
said it's at the gym. 40.
Yeah, that's not a council parking
I
ticket.
didn't say
Private.
council.
This is a private ticket.
Yeah, it's 40.
Yeah,
I pay
anyway.
that.
So a council parking
110.
ticket. Yeah, 99 to 110
Oh, right,
for going overtime,
Expert.
especially in Melbourne. But no stopping's 199, and I've had 199.
Oh, they're bad.
Towing, how much do you think the tow was?
No,
By the
I've
way,
had this.
I caught-
400-ish.
I caught it before it went to the yard. So I said to the bloke, I'm like,
Did you say I'm Charlie Comben? You didn't say I'm a North supporter?
I said, that's
Who'd you
my,
barrack for, mate?
I said, that's my car. Can you please let it off? And he's like,
Did you drop your name?
I did not drop my name. He took me around the corner, and I jumped in his car.
Sorry?
Thank God.
I jumped in his cab and I went around the corner with this bloke. I had to pay him $360. $360 to get my
Around the
car
corner.
off around the corner.
To get his car off.
That's a big hit even for someone on Bitcoin like
Which
you.
is unfortunate. But I got my car back, so we're happy days.
What about the letterbox debacle?
Yeah, did you see the Letterbox clip they put up?
No.
Do you know what Letterbox is, Ben?
No, I don't.
Letterbox link. Letterbox. So Letterbox is like a movie review platform online.
And there was a debacle.
There was a debacle. I was posted in a video. Oh, it's bad too. and essentially they interviewed me, Arch, and Tom Powell, and asked us questions about these movies we reviewed online.
Yeah.
But when I reviewed the movie, I thought it was like a full serious platform where you write a really in-depth movie review. But the other boys' reviews were just like, this is a shit movie. This is okay, but didn't like this part. I'll read you out my review. So my review for the movie Requiem for a Dream, which is about drug abuse, it was released in 2000. It's got Jared Leto in it. Oh, geez, I don't want to read this. It says, great films make you feel something, in my opinion. In this case, it was a depressing and uncomfortable watch, which made me feel a mix of empathy and disgust for its characters. I found this a challenging cocktail of emotions.
Oh my God.
Requiem is a deep dive into how substance abuse can destroy ambitions and lives. Each addiction affects the life of each character differently as they turn to extremes to get their fix in a downward spiral. That's the first paragraph. There's more. The score is haunting and emphasised a sort of dread experienced by the audience when watching this movie. I, in particular, felt physically ill towards the end of the movie as it began to reach its climax. Disturbed upon finishing, but certainly will watch again. Appreciate what I think is a great film. 8 out of 10.
The door to Woken Friends is there, mate. That makes me physically ill.
Oh, it made me sick as well. When
How do you have so many emotions?
Oh, well, I thought it was...
Just see ball, get ball, have a few beers and a
I
punt.
know. I just thought it was like a year 12 essay type setup.
Oh,
and
my God.
Yeah, my next one certainly wasn't like that. But there was one good thing that came out of this, and
Yes.
Letterbox did follow me on Instagram, and Letterbox have 2.4 million followers. So I am now famous on Instagram.
You're a tosser. To get through that, because I just feel so physically sick, I need to hear from Moff, okay? So this is like opening a magic box.
Did you get a voice message?
I did. I got a voicemail. I haven't played it yet, but
Do you want me to play mine first?
before we get to the voicemail.
Yeah.
So just for those new plumbers, and there are thousands joining the show every week, Moff has jetted off for a 10-week holiday. Which is going to be very sexual because he's a very sexually charged man. There is going to be a little bit of live music, and obviously he's got a few mates there as well. But everyone is missing Moff, and we're living vicariously through him. So for the very first installment of Moff's Boom Boom Update, play the Sting link. Boom, 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 boom. I want Moff in my room. Let's hope he topped up or he'll have a wart on his shaft.
That's very good.
So you play yours.
So I got in touch with Moff. Butts and I actually didn't know we were both doing this, but we both got voice messages, and I'll play mine.
Hey plumbers, it's Josh Moffitt here, the producer for the show. I just got over to Frankfurt. I've had a good trip so far. I went and watched The Boss, Mr. Bruce Springsteen. I really like him. I like him quite a lot, actually. And then I went home and I found myself a lovely lady, and I think you know what happened yet. But I was just wondering, sometimes when I wee at the moment, it just hurts a bit. So I was just wondering why that was. Thanks, guys. Enjoy the show.
That's chlamydia.
Good to hear
And
from.
I'd be going to the GP real quick.
Moff, isn't it?
Oh, good. Yeah, he sounds good.
He sounds happy.
It's
Yeah.
always a bit anxious when you get a bit of post-sex anxiety.
Yeah.
It sounds like he might have a bit.
Did he tell you similar when you got in
well,
contact?
let's have a look. I have. This is this is a virgin message.
This is the most It's the most recent update. I got mine a few days ago.
I got this 10 minutes ago.
Perfect.
Okay, here we go. Hi guys, Moff here. Really missing you. Hopefully you're not producing too well. Look, I saw The Boss. That was really good. And then got some boom boom. And then when it had a bit more boom boom. And tonight I'm going to have heaps of beers. And then go and see an indie band. And then try to get a bit of I hope you're going really well. Love you, Moffy. Well, there you go. I think like
He's having a wholesome trip.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
bounced
very,
back. He's
very
bounced back.
wholesome.
You know what? You could just
Very
get a bit of antibiotics and start topping up, and he'll live
What
to
a
fight another
wholesome
day.
trip. He sounds like he's really finding himself spiritually, mentally, and
Shit.
sexually over in you.
How are we going here, Link?
Jesus. Do you get the beat button ready? You're going to have to clean it up. God.
Oh, maybe we should just have a week off. Shall we?
God.
Anyway, grow on this, Moff.
That's completely cooked me. On social media as well.
Go on, do some hosting.
Did you see the 200 plus post today about we've got some new listeners on the show?
Lots of them.
Lots of them. They're actually
30,000 a week.
Oh, they're absolutely falling in. We're the most popular show in Australia at the moment. But these are a few of the DMs we had. We said, I don't know who it is, but someone said, okay, this is the funniest podcast I've heard in a long time. My husband said, Chom has a podcast and I've had a listen this week. It's the best. But I have questions. Who is Ratface? And there was another one also asked who Ratface is, as your mic just falls off the table. But I thought this is a good opportunity since we've got so many new listeners to do a bit of a 200 plus glossary.
A glossary.
A glossary.
We should sell these.
So I've put a few terms together in the 200 plus glossary, and I want you to give the audience a bit of an insight into who or what they are.
Yep.
First one is obviously Ratface.
Ratface. He's the MD here. He's become a real sooty management type. Some shit bloke qualities, and he's as tight as a fish's ass.
Nice.
He just refuses to pay anyone.
Yeah, I haven't been paid for a while.
Except Dylan, apparently, who's building 17 houses, and he's always in Noosa. So he obviously gets paid, but no one else does.
The second one is who is Snake Eyes.
Snake Eyes is Dylan Buckley. He's got a snaky face, and he just feeds.
And he slithers around and eats
feeds
rats
on mice
and
would eat lots of them himself and not
eats
feed
lots of
anyone
rats.
else.
Yeah, loves rats.
Yep.
The third one, which you just mentioned, is Boom Boom.
Boom Boom Sex.
We've got Chode and Fettuccine.
Chode. Well, Chode is a commonly used word.
Your donk.
Well, no, my wife cleared that up. That's
Chode
just complete
is-
rubbish. But it's
Chode
a
is your
very
donk.
small, wide penis.
Which you happen to own.
If you are exercising and wearing tight jocks and some tights, as I was in the snow, when you looked at my todger and it wasn't in all its glory and said, Chode, it was more just a bit of exercise dick. But luckily, I have a sort of an upper average kind of penis.
That's very good.
But a chode
Thanks
is
for
a
clearing that.
small, wide one.
Thanks for clearing that. We've
Okay,
got
thank you.
We've got Woken Friends.
Woken Friends. Well, that's still in Friends. They talk a lot about feelings and they mumble and bumble.
And it's very
a lot.
boring, and we do not
Very
like listening.
long.
Boring. And Link finally knows what a good podcast is. We've got How We Going Here, Moff, or How We Going Here, Link.
Right. Well, that's just that's a little bit of my mid-show anxiety creeping in that we're getting off track.
Yeah.
I just want to know. You just want a bit of positive reinforcement when the frontal lobe starts going. So how are we going, Moff?
And that's a good segue into the next one, frontal lobe.
Yes, frontal lobe. Well, the frontal lobe, this is a medical, piece of medical science. It's the front bit of the brain, the fight or flight bit.
Very insightful.
It is like, it's rash and raw and it just goes off. That's a frontal lobe. And when you've got a little bit of sort of head injury
CTE.
from a lot of
Head
local
knocks.
footy, it goes off more than it should.
And the last one I've got is the Spuds game debacle, which refers to quite a lot. And there's this beautiful photo behind me of the Spuds game debacle.
Yeah.
Quick insight into that.
The Spuds. Well, I put on about. I was a new father. My little fella, not my child. My son was only about the 6 months to 1, so I was really finding myself in life and. Had a bit of an addiction to magnums at the time. That's how I coped with
ice
not much
cream
sleep
Magnums.
and the pressure being a father and a provider and a husband and all that. And I banged on about 8 kilos of pure magnums.
Oh, that would have been big.
And I thought I was in reasonable nick for this Spuds game, but I was in an extra tight jumper and I looked fat as a house. So that is the Spuds game debacle. But I did see on the rundown there, a good lad has asked about whether I'm a chance to play in the EJ Whitten, which would be a lovely redemption story. Look, they haven't reached out yet, but I'm sure.
Do we have to petition for this? Do we have to? Do we have to
I
run
think so.
an
I
ad
think
campaign?
I need you and Drapes in that to get
Yeah,
round me a bit.
we can get you in on that.
I think I would like that.
Is that
Gazza
the
and all those
Legends
guys.
game?
Hey,
Is that the Legends game? Is it being scheduled? Is it happening?
I think it is. It's late August, September. It's this year. Yeah, there's one. We'll check in.
We'll get your slot.
Great. It's a great cause. Prostate cancer.
You would not look out of place running around with Gary Ablett.
I know Goz is playing. He's got a
Goz, yeah.
little bit bigger following than me.
Slightly. You're more boutique.
But
though.
I'm more, TV and Cats Radio and all that sort of stuff. So
Goz
look,
isn't on Channel
I do
10.
need the plumbers to keep tagging me in that because I would like to play.
We'll get you
And I'll
across the
do them
line.
proud and I'll get really shit.
We'll run a
after it.
campaign. We'll run a 200 plus
August
campaign.
28th is the
August
game.
28th. So I've
we've
got
got
time
time. We've
because
got time.
the Tassie debacle is going to be August
be the
2.
warm-up.
August 2. Yeah. Anyway,
Awesome.
so I think we're going very well here, Chomby. I think we're starting to find our groove. What should we do now?
Give it heaps.
I think we should. I think we should give it heaps for our BT-50s. Our dear sponsor, who your mate Silva has now jumped on board with. And what is your Mazda Give It Heaps moment for the week?
So in true form, and we've touched on it a bit, I could not go past my good mate and teammate, Vice Captain Nick Larky, giving it heaps on the Mazda Ringwood.
Unbelievable.
The Ringwood Mazda Vengabus with the boys on the weekend. That clip went absolutely insane after we win it. I think it's amassed 450,000 views.
Right, that's viral.
And Suvi's, as I said, absolutely giving it heaps behind the wheel of the Vengabus. And I thought, what better chance than to give him a call? Should we call him?
Well, we should, because it took courage.
It did.
Okay, he would have known I'm going to look like a bit of a dickhead in this clip. But in the end, I mean, if you're sponsor or you're ambassadoree, whatever. I think we both butchered that. But if they're getting viral coverage, then that's like kicking six. He's kicked six for Ringwood Mazda.
He's got a car for life. Should we buzz him?
Yeah, give him a buzz.
Let's give him a buzz.
Bell.
Sylvie, just here with Nicky Butler and a few of the lads for the 200 Plus podcast, mate. How are you?
How are you, lads? Yeah, going well. I thought you'd forgotten about me. I've only been on the once.
Nah, the last time you blew us up, Suv Nick actually
went viral.
Well, he takes credit for making our podcast what it is today.
Oh, I've heard this.
He reckons the Rafael Nadal clip that he did for us in the Damien Barrett. We wouldn't have a podcast without
Put
it.
you on the map. Put you on the map. Let's do it again today. I'll put you on the map again.
Mate, they were good clips, but they haven't got a patch on your Ringwood Mazda gear. I mean, you must just be proud of that, the Vengabus.
Mate, I tell you what, they've got their money's worth there. It was I got the free car out of it, so it's a two-way street. But gee, that went viral. That
take us into it, Suv. What did they say when they asked you, and how did you ever think that was going to be a good idea?
So originally the content was just going to be. There's two videos. So the first one's pretty normal. Me walking into Ringwood Mazda, shaking hands with the team there, giving over the keys, giving me a rundown of the car, and then I sort of drive off. And that was video one. And then improvisation, Maz, the social media manager lady down there, absolute legend, has thought on the spot of the Vengabus idea, because there was a bloke, I think his name's Al. He drives the Ringwood Mazda bus, and they sort of drop customers between Eastland and there when their cars are getting serviced or whatnot. And anyway, she's come up with that idea, and I couldn't say no. And I was in for whatever they had to me, because they'd just given me a brand spanking new BT-50, which looks very nice and is a nice car. So I didn't really have a choice in it. And once it was all done and they'd filmed it all, I said to him, geez, I reckon, just because of how it went down, I was like, geez, I reckon the North lads will be all over this. But I didn't expect the bloody AFL world to be all over it, because North Melbourne's reposted it.
Yeah.
Got LMAC reposting it. You blokes. I mean, even my own girlfriend's reposted it. So, yeah, it's going everywhere.
Get Maz a pay rise. You have a car for life, I reckon.
Did you cop any shit on the field about it, Suv? Did any of the Carlton boys get into you?
No. I dare say if we were down, though, we weren't down for very long in that game. But if we were down, it might have been a different story. But nah, I didn't cop anything from that. Chom reckons I should sneakily change my goal song to the Vengabus
I'd love to see it.
Instead of Viva La Vida, which I might see if can happen. Yeah, we'll make a thing of it.
Well, I've told the story before that when you picked Viva La Vida, you thought the whole crowd would be going, whoa. And that quite hasn't eventuated. I think it's time for a change. I think the crowd would absolutely love it.
And can you promise one thing? If you ever kick 10, right, and if you're kicking your 10th, you're entitled to do whatever you want. If you bang through your 10th, can you do the Venga fist up and down truck thing?
Done. I'll see if I can keep that front of mind.
Sure it will be. I'll never let you forget
We'll
it.
have to bring it out some stage down the line. But yeah, it seems like that one's going to stick around for a bit.
Mate, well, you're the new clubhouse leader for Ambassador Cut Through, and we might hang a bit of shit on you, but we're actually quite jealous, because I think you may get
jealous.
I'm good mates with Sensei Mazda, and he's given me a nod, wink, that you're getting a car for life.
Absolutely. Sounds good, lads.
Awesome,
On you,
mate.
bud.
Thanks,
Well
mate.
played.
See you, boys.
Bye, mate.
I love that man. He was very good, the Souv. Right, where do we go here, boys? How are we
Should we
going?
wrap the call up a bit better than that?
Well, okay.
Sorry,
quickly.
I was too busy. On the
Okay.
phone.
Well, that was very good. He's a funny man.
He's good. He's a good media performer. Really good. He was on back chat during the week, and they've had some good clips out of that as well. He's a very seasoned media performer. We should get him back on.
Can
actually.
you put your honest pants on?
Yes.
All right. If that was you
Yeah.
and the social media girl at Ringwood Mazda, which is a very good dealership, by the way.
At Sale, yeah.
And Mansfield, just going gangbusters up there in the high country down.
Sale's got him
But
covered,
anyway,
I think, yeah.
I don't know about that. When they said, "Oh, do you want to just have a look at this before we put it out?" I reckon you would have pulled it.
You reckon?
Yeah, I reckon you would have said no.
Well, I did say
You're
no.
very image conscious.
I did say no to the all the decals on the side of my BT-50 that they wanted to give me.
Oh, that
By
was
the way,
pathetic.
which was a beautiful car, but it just had BT-50 in big like spray paint writing written up the side. I was
Real
like,
bogan sort of
Jace,
riding.
I can't drive that around, mate. Like,
What a prima donna.
I think I said, it's a breach of my privacy. People know which car I drive and might try egg it or something. Don't know where that is.
So you've just answered the question. There's no way you would do Venga.
Not like that. I think I'd say, Jace, we've got to do something else here. But now I've seen the potential in it.
What if we get an email from Sensei now saying you've all got to lift your game?
Do we recreate it?
Well, I don't know. What do we do?
Get linked to drive the 200 plus bars.
I think we have to
Jeez, that big clip.
because the dealer principals love it.
Oh, that was they
And I
love the
think
they
just
love the
being
cringe videos.
pretty and putting up a drone over your BT-50 and maybe like
Yeah, that's class.
hanging there with Hot Liv in Marimbula
That's classy.
in a bikini isn't selling cars.
Nah,
But
we're to
I
all the
think-
sickos down in sale.
Yeah,
Eston love a good video too.
Oh, yeah, she's
Speaking
has
of-
been in good form.
Archie Thompson was she's in
Oh,
those
Jesus.
videos. Let's not get into that.
Don't start me with that.
Anyway, what
Right.
was your give it heaps moment of the week?
My give it heaps. Well, your give it heaps or my give it heaps is related to you, and it is your young nephew in Ryder. Right, and your uncle gave me a text today, and he was really giving it heaps in the text. It was a very long text.
Ah, yeah, he's
but
good, man.
long story short, is about a year ago, your uncle texted me about young Ryder who was just starting his ruck journey.
Yep.
As about a 15-year-old. And he just needed a few pointers, okay?
Yeah.
A bit of knee-up follow-up, how to protect himself. He was a bit lost
No better
in the
man to
ruck.
come do than you.
And he was flat as a Shires and Carter's hat because he wasn't in the interleague, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, my mates are rocking around in the, down Gippsland Way in the interleague jackets and I haven't got one. And he felt shit house. And
Yeah.
for once, I just said, I knew I'd been where he was. And I said, mate, first of all, you're 15, okay? Half these bloody lads have been given the flick by your under 18. So you just need to stay calm. Let's go. Let's meet up for a little session at Gosh's Paddock, which you're invited to, but you were doing some pre-game routine and
I
refused
had
to
to play
come.
at 1 o'clock that day, I
And
think. So probably was
anyway,
unavailable at 10.
we did about an hour. We got him leaping at the ball with his knee. We did some intercept marking, some following up. And I remember thinking, this lad's got some ability.
Yeah.
I'm not going to blow smoke up his ass. I
Good
want
player.
him to go and do it, but he can play. He had a leap. He's your blood.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
He was athletic.
got good genes.
We banged body.
Yeah.
We banged. We strapped a few on and went out the back. Anyway, I got this lovely message this morning that a year on, he's in the interleague team.
Oh, good on him.
He's getting eyed off by the Gippy power.
Yep, brilliant.
And he's got finals ahead of him, and now we're going to do one more session. But
Right.
that gave it heaps to me, that he's given it heaps with my Nick Butler ruck training, and I felt good about
Always
myself.
bring it back to yourself.
Yes, I do. So
No,
I
well,
gave it heaps,
congrats,
and then he
Ryder,
gave it
and
heaps.
well
Well
done.
done, Ryder.
I was
Yeah.
about to pull you up for a long, boring story there, but I don't do that to people because I'm supportive.
Anyway,
and
we
nice
got there
on
in
that,
the
so well
end.
done.
Good.
200 plumbers membership.
Membership, yes, right.
Good hosting.
Very good hosting. Well, we've already discussed Tyler Horrigan, who said we're about to play in the EJ Whitten Legends match. I think I will once we get a bit of media,
We'll have to.
social
we'll have to get you out
media
there.
momentum.
And we've got
But,
our thanks for support.
Thanks for the support. Big Mac,
Thanks, Adam.
Dane Swan, Dane,
Johnny Bellino.
Lockie, Sam Kerr,
Steve's brother. Michael Bussy.
Paul Scolopini, Paul Scampolino,
Barry Hall. And Jack.
Jackson Peach.
Tyler Horrigan.
What? What about Jacques?
Oh, yeah, fuck.
Go
Sorry,
back to Jackson has a peach.
Jackson Bowles Peaches.
Okay.
Oh, that's Boris.
Phil Jacques,
Tyler Horrigan.
Jackson Naffa,
Zane Donato.
Amy Sorensen. There you go, female.
Thomas Lorifici.
Troy McDonald.
Son of Ronald.
Hey,
Very
one.
good, Ben. Lockie.
And Lockie. Make a joke for Lockie. Lockie up your daughters
Still got more.
when Chom's around.
Thank you also to Scradley's Scrappers, Archie Lovelock, Ollie Betterman, Jason Papadopoulos.
Go again.
Jason Papadopoulos.
Papadopoulos. Jason Papadopoulos.
Jason Papadopoulos.
Thank you.
William Canstill, Jai Bishop, Nathan, James Hill, Phil McCracken, and Nick Thorpe.
Okay. Plumbers, we love each and every one of
Love
you.
all the plumbers. Just to rehash, Patreon get exclusive video podcast content, 20% off all merch, and you get to enjoy our horrific plumber shout-outs every 200-plus episode.
On that, how has the WAG show gone down?
Has that been posted?
It has.
It has. It's gone out. Have we got any feedback on the Partners podcast?
And there's a pirated version getting around.
Oh, is there?
I'm told there is so much demand that there's a pirate.
Oh, no.
And people are paying like under the odds to try to get the pirate version.
Oh, they're paying the
Like
they're
$5.
They're paying the Patreon plumber. To get, you're kidding.
I'm not invoicing for it, but apparently it's getting round.
I haven't even listened to it. I might have to pay his bloke $5.
That is the demand. So Ratface has to release it, I reckon. Release the hounds. The Patreons, well, I mean, they're entitled to get a good 2-week head start, but
Yeah.
there's serious demand.
Oh, there's definitely stuff that's not coming out from the Patreon that will be staying there, but
Shouldn't
yeah,
be
maybe-
leaked.
No, in fact, no, we've got to look after the Patreons.
We do.
We've got to, yeah. Whoever's leaking that, please stop.
Yeah, no, we'll sack them.
Yeah,
They're
that's
sacked.
bad. You will be revoked.
Right. Tell me something. It's been going bunter.
Yeah, it was good.
What do you got for us, Benny?
Yeah, we've got another one this week.
Good.
So no, they're going well. When
Is Link in with you?
no,
or-
Link's not in this week.
Right.
We got one just before Moff jetted off. So
Is it a good one?
It is a good one. So I think this is our second. No, this might be our last actually.
Right.
Of the takeover.
So yeah, here we go.
Tell me something, boss. Something I haven't heard before.
All right, boys, Tell Me Something is back, brought to you by TAC. Distracted drivers can be caught anywhere, anytime, and anyone. Now, final week 4, and we're joined by the big Hoff. Now, Hoff, tell me about a time when you got caught.
Gee whiz, Moffy, this is not one of my brightest moments, but back at the local footy club, Thursday night dinner, we had a pie and a sausage roll night, and boy, oh boy, was I licking my lips for this one. So much so that I actually got off the track early
Oh,
to
no.
try and get my hands on some of the meat pies and sausage rolls when they were fresh out of the oven, and I was, I was foaming at the mouth for these ones. So I went in, snuck into the kitchen, got my hands on a few of them, and boy, oh boy, were they delicious. They were juicy, just crunchy, the pastry flaking and falling on my fingers. And just as I was about to wrap up, I could see that the canteen was starting to open up, and
Oh, God.
a few of the volunteers were coming in to serve the food, and I thought, oh no, this is very scary times. But I cleaned up all the evidence and made sure I evacuated the area. But one thing I forgot, I'd left my footy bag in the kitchen,
Oh, God.
which
Willie.
I mean, doesn't sound like much, but it had my playing number and my name on it. So
Easily
when they
traced
went to
back.
go point the finger, it's pretty easy to point the finger at old Willie Taylor.
Exhibit A, bag on the floor.
Exhibit A, and you know,
Were you
what-
distracted by your hunger, and then that stopped you from waiting for the team and doing the team thing?
100% Moffy, and it was fair to say that I copped a fair spray from a few of the boys, and the consequences were well within their rights there. I think I was running water for the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, wow. No, I think that's a fair punishment, getting off the track. But they must have been pretty good sausage rolls. So.
Oh, boys.
Also, the Hoff
Very
can
good.
do what he likes, surely. Nah, Benny, what do you got?
Now, boys, up here in Melbourne, you've got the G, but down in G-Town, we have GMHPA. And that, for me, growing up as a big Nuffy Cats fan, was the number one place that I wanted to step foot onto. So playing there in a grand final last year, I was over the moon. I was excited. I was caught up in the occasion, though. I've come steaming on, started on the bench as the backup ruckman. Come steaming on. The crowd's there. I'm on, the ground. I couldn't believe it. And fair to say I was distracted because then when the ball got kicked to me and I wasn't expecting it and I grabbed it, I turned around and I saw the occasion in front of me. I thought, here we go. I'm in the middle of the ground. I'm going to take 3 bounces as a ruckman who's probably bounced it once in his life before that. And I thought, and we'll light up the goals from here. And that didn't happen. I well and truly got caught. I got caught holding the ball directly in the middle of the GMHPA, and they've gone straight down the other end and kicked a goal that swung the momentum of the game. So I was distracted as I said, by the occasion, and it didn't work out well for me.
In a crucial moment as well. So
crucial
a heavy
moment.
Consequence for that distraction.
Something I'll bear forever.
I love the fact that as soon as you got the ball, you haven't thought, I'm going to have 1 bounce here. You've thought, I'm going to have 3 bounces down the middle and light up the two
Ignore the lead,
goalposts.
ignore the faster players running past me with their hands and go for goal.
Well, yeah, it's very 200 plus areas, isn't it? Like,
it would have looked great on the highlight reel, though.
Well, yeah, it would have looked great. It doesn't. The reality.
No, very, very good, Benny. All right, well, for me, last year, I was caught editing myself out of the podcast, and I actually copped a pretty fair nickname. It was called the Mole about this because I was cutting myself out of the podcast when criticising other podcasts. You know what we're like on 200 plus. You have a bit of banter, and I think I was going a bit too hard at Footy and Friends, and obviously having Dylan Buckley a part of that, I was going at the hand that feeds me. So trying to cover my tracks by cutting myself out, I was actually caught cutting myself out. Copped the nickname the Mole, and the lesson I learnt was not to be distracted by caring about what other people thought. I should have just let that fly. We have a good relationship with the FAF, bit of banter, but yeah, you got to stop caring what other people think about you and staying true to my beliefs. So that was a good lesson learnt again about a time I was caught.
You got to own it, Molly.
You got to own it.
You got to own all the things you say and back it up.
That's it. So that was Tell Me Something, brought to you by TAC. Distracted drivers can be caught anywhere, anytime, and it can be anyone. Boys, that was a good 4-week block by us. I'm very proud of us. We got ourselves a sponsor. And obviously Benny and the Hoff. Good work.
Well done, boys.
Great stuff.
Glad you boys got your own sponsor as well. Working hard at 200 plus.
Thanks for having us out, Willie.
Thanks,
Beautiful.
boys.
That was a good one.
Thank you.
We've all been pinged holding the ball.
At GMHBA. I've been I nearly pinged some at GMHBA.
You couldn't hit the side of a barn at GMHBA last year. Remember, you were just kicking moon balls.
GMHBA?
Yes.
I was good that
moon
game.
Moon balls.
That was
and Jeremy Cameron was ripping you.
No, that was my second game in. I was all right.
Okay.
5 intercept marks.
Different to what I remember.
Anyway, should we get to the Nugget?
The Nugget, please.
Yeah, let's get to Nugget. We've had a good show so far, Butsy, so I'm going to keep this short.
I don't think I've been at my best.
Okay, thanks for the...
That's okay.
Thanks for the
running commentary. Yeah, thank you.
Going to keep it short and sweet. I've got a Radiohead track this week. When I was over in Perth in Fremantle, I went to a few record stores and there was only one Radiohead album I didn't have in my collection on vinyl, and that was Hail to the Thief, which was released in 2003. There's a track on that. It's the 8th track in. It's called There There. Awesome guitar riff in the intro and carries throughout the whole song. Great track. So check out There There by Radiohead.
I will.
Yeah, nice.
I like it. I always do.
Yeah, you love them. You always give me good feedback.
Yeah. There by Radiohead.
Yeah, I'll make sure to send it to you so you actually listen to this one for once. So, There by Radiohead for the Nugget this week. Are we there?
We're getting close to being there. Now, something's come across my desk. Old Snakeface was on SEN Tassie during the week, pumping up some cash he's got down there.
Oh, is he stealing ideas again?
And I'm told that not for the first time with old Serpent Face, that he got... There was a text message sort of directed to him throughout the interview
on the radio,
us, and then he completely pooped his pants. So let's hear it.
Okay.
It's from Nick in Toorak. It says, how does Dylan cope with the 200 plus podcast being bigger than Dylan Friends? Nick from Toorak.
That's very good. Very good. That's a bit of a stitch up there. I don't think 200 plus actually had any listeners, so it's good to know that Nick there is actually tuning into the show. Good on him.
Hey Dylan, good to have you in Tassie next week.
Terrible. They had to wrap him up because he was so shit.
They ended the show just there and there.
Like, get off.
Yeah,
the producers, get him off.
Cut, get him off.
Anyway.
Oh, poor Snakey. He pooped him.
We
We've all
love
had
him.
poops.
We miss him, actually.
We've all had poopies,
I
haven't
know,
we?
we've all pooped. I've pooped.
We've all pooped. I
I've
still
pooped
haven't.
a bit
but,
tonight.
Snakey,
No, you did,
not
mate.
his, not his finest
you
work.
pooped really bad.
Yeah,
But you,
I
you
did.
ended
I
up
remedied
getting best
though.
on ground. You did.
I
And that-
rectified.
We've spoken about that. That is the attitude we have as plumbers. Right. We better...
I think we're there,
we're just about there. Should we sing something? Are you musical?
Yeah, we're singing
Link?
Vengabus.
Nah, not really.
Come on. What are you into? What's
singing
your
Vengabus.
favourite sort of 90s band?
Oh, that's not me.
Oh, fuck. Well, give me something.
We're doing Vengabus, Nick.
Nah, we're not singing that.
Oh, are you serious? What about We Like to Party instead?
Yeah, come on.
Let's do Vengabus, We Like to Party. I'll get us some karaoke.
No, then we're going to go viral for cringe.
No, just
I'm
shut
not
up, we're
feeling
doing that.
happy enough to sing this. I can't finish the show like this. Our plumbers
brilliant.
want something more depressing.
We like to party. We like to party. We like to
one out
party.
with it.
We like to party. We like to party.
No, we don't.
I think we're there. I think
No,
we're there.
I want to sing
I think
something
we're
more
there.
sad.
We're waffling. We're there. We're there.
That was poo.
That was bad.
You had to go. Okay, that'll do. Good show. Good on you,
Good
plumbers.
show. Thanks,
Love ya.
plumbers. Well done. Cheers.
Good on you. Big plums.